There she is, my Model X for the day. Tennessee plates. It's gonna be fun. Alright, so we want to end up at the Grand Canyon, where we're going to go to Flagstaff first. And it thinks we can make it there, but we are not going to make it with 5%. So, instead of that, we're going to go to Cordes Lakes. So let's put in that address here. Stop at a supercharger. It is. $45%, that's perfect. So that is what we want to do. The time is 8:20, so we're already starting off 20 minutes late. That's okay. We have extra time built in. Set up our cameras real quick and then we'll go. So we're just heading out of Phoenix. We have version 9 going here, which is awesome. Cars are showing up left, right, behind, which is nice. I'm renting this car today from Turo. So this is somebody's personal Model X that I'm renting from them for the day here in Phoenix. And we are going to drive it up to the Grand Canyon today. So we're going to go through Sedona and Flagstaff. So that should get us through a couple of different kinds of weather and give us a good test of the Model X and see what we think. Alright, we're about 40 miles from Cordes Lakes, which will be our first supercharger stop. Cruising here in the HOV lanes, which my Uber driver told me is okay to do in the Tesla. As soon as I got in this lane, a motorcycle cop came up right behind me. I thought he was going to pull me over, but he pulled over the car in front of me. So I think I'm okay to be in these lanes, but not exactly sure. So we're just hoping that it's okay. So we're going to stop at Cordes Lakes, and then we're going to charge enough to make it to Flagstaff, going through Sedona. And then we're going to head up to the Grand Canyon. So there's 2,600 feet of elevation change on this part of the trip. And my ears are popping right now. Just drove up through the mountains and we're at a much higher elevation now, so my ears are getting used to it. Alright, made it to our first supercharger stop. We're in Cordes Lakes, Arizona. It's right next to a gas station here, Subway. I don't think we're gonna stay here long. I think we don't need much to make it to Flagstaff. We'll probably spend a little more time at Flagstaff, but I'm the only one here charging at the moment. So we can either spend time charging here or we can spend time charging in Flagstaff. Either one, because we eventually just have to make it from Flagstaff to the Grand Canyon and then back to Flagstaff, so as long as we have enough juice once we leave Flagstaff, that's all we need. So I have my chart that I'm using here to keep track of where we're going today. And let's see, so it looks like I planned on us leaving here around 9:30. We're running a little bit late because the guy dropped off the car a little bit late, but no big deal. And so our next stop is going to be Flagstaff via Sedona. So we're going to go through Sedona to get to Flagstaff. And we're going down 3,005 feet in altitude. And it looks like about an hour and a half and 78 miles to get there. So we have plenty of range, I think, right now to get us to Flagstaff, but I'm going to let it charge for just a little while here. Getting 94 kilowatts, 311 miles an hour, so that's awesome. It's a good, nice charge speed. So we'll let it charge up here for a little bit, and then we will head out. Some nice mountains, nice views here. Here in Cordes Lakes. So we'll see how it is back here. So this one is the 6-seat configuration. So we got the 2 seats in the back there, and then the 2 seats here in the middle, so you get a lot of room in between the seats. Let's open this door just because it's fun to do. So that's pretty cool. Pretty awesome. I like these batwing doors. I can get used to those. I don't really know how to close them. Let's figure it out. We have our key fob here. So let's oh, 2 clicks. Closes that one. Alright, makes sense. We're at 184 miles of range. I think that's plenty. I keep double checking my spreadsheet here to make sure I don't confuse myself with anything, but we just drove 71 miles. It's only 78 to our next stop, so I think that means it's time to head out. Let's go. Going down pretty steeply in elevation here right now, and pretty cool watching the car regen. So I'm on autopilot. There's the sign, 6% grade going down. You can see there it's regenning, right? So it's braking and controlling our speed. We don't have this kind of altitude change in Chicago, so it's pretty cool to see here. We got about 29 miles, 36 minutes to get to Sedona, and then from there we'll head up to Flagstaff to our next supercharger. Look at that consumption right there. Look how much green there is going down these steep hills. It's cool. Projected range is 264 because of all these hills. Alright, we are here. We made it to Sedona, but we're not staying here. We're gonna drive up to Flagstaff, head up to the next supercharger. Starting to get a little cloudy, but just gorgeous scenery. Doesn't get any better than this. Got 20 miles, 30 minutes to Flagstaff, so making good time. How's that for a crazy looking map? Made it to Flagstaff. This one's right by a courtyard. Looks like maybe there's a restaurant down there, so we'll go check that out here in a minute. So let's put in Grand Canyon. Village, which is pretty close to where we're going. Right, so if we charge for 15 minutes, we'd make it there with 4%. The problem is, of course, that we need to make it back. So I just set the limit to 100%. So it's going to try to charge the battery to 100%. I don't know. It says 30 minutes to get to 100%. I don't know if we're going to wait 30 minutes, but right now it's telling us when we get to the Grand Canyon, we're only going to have 51% of battery. And so that is cutting it pretty close to get back. So we are here at the Flagstaff Supercharger, charging up the Model X. We're gonna get going here in a few minutes. We just had lunch over there at what's it called? Freddy's. It's pretty good. Kind of like Steak and Shake. That's what it reminded me of. But there's been a few Teslas coming and going from this one, but I think I'm the only one here right now. So it's almost time to head up to the Grand Canyon. So let's go. So as soon as I stopped charging, the round trip estimate showed up, which I guess makes sense. So you have to, it won't know that until you're not charging anymore. So it says 21%. So if we stay anywhere close to 21%, that'll be perfect. Alright, we made it to the Grand Canyon. We are here 1:39 p.m. We have 59%. I had to drive around a little bit to look for a parking spot. But that should be plenty to get us back to Flagstaff. So let's go see the Grand Canyon. Alright, back in the car now, heading for Flagstaff Supercharger. We are starting off at 59%. That should be plenty to get us there. And if all goes well, that might be our only stop that we need. Alright, I finally got a good enough signal to put in my hotel for the destination. And it's showing that it wants us to stop at Flagstaff, which is perfect. And charge for 20 minutes. It says we'll be at 23% when we get there. So that will work out great. Alright, we made it to Flagstaff. It's 43 degrees here. Focus. 43 degrees. That's too cold. Time to charge up. So here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna cancel this trip and we're gonna navigate to the airport. So it's Sky Harbor. Sky Harbor Airport. And then that should tell us how much we need to charge. So 40 minutes now is what it says. So we're gonna be here for a little while, so we're gonna let it charge up as much as possible, and hopefully this will be our last charge of this trip. Back here at the courtyard, supercharging. Yep, 40 minutes. All right, leaving Flagstaff. I think we're good. We charged up to 83%. So that should be enough to get us back to the hotel, and then enough to get us to the airport. We finally made it. 7:09 p.m. We're here at the hotel. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the airport just to see how long it takes and how much battery. Oh, that's not much battery. It's only 11% battery. And right now, 29 minutes, so that's pretty good. We'll see how it is in the morning. But that was a lot of driving for one day. It's time for a beer.